Okay, so here we are in the studio, and I am sitting in a chair that's a comfortable height for me because that's the way my studio is set up. But if you're a student of mine, I would recommend that you stand at a table if you can. That's about the height of your hips. And then you can stand in your power stance, which we've talked about a lot at school, and I can do another short video on that while holding your tool so that you can do your very best work. So because we're woodworking at home without tools and without wood, we are going to replace our tools and our wood with other things that we can find around the house. So I've gone on a hunt around my house to find things that could replace my 4-in-1 file, which is what we usually use at school, or the rasps that we have. We also have some Sureform rasps that we use. So things that I found that you might also have in your house are a microplane, often used in kitchens. They come in different sizes. They come in different shapes. There could be round ones. You're welcome to use any size or shape you want to try. This is our cheese grater. And you can see most cheese graters have a smaller and bigger, and some even have 4 different sizes of holes. I recommend trying to start with the small holes. I think those are going to work a little bit better on the materials we're using, but you're welcome to try any of the size holes you want. I thought I had an Emory board or a nail file, but I don't. You can tell I care so much about keeping my nails fancy. But I do have the little nail file that's on my nail clippers, so I'm just going to see what happens when I try that. And then I also have out a utility knife, which I just use to cut up some cardboard. You can also use scissors. You could even use a serrated knife that you have in your kitchen, and that's definitely a job for parents. Unless you are a pro cardboard cutter as a kid, which I know we do have some people that are great at cutting cardboard. So what else did I find? So I found some sandpaper, and this can be used if you don't have any of the cheese grater or a microplane or the nail file, but you do have sandpaper. You could cut sandpaper into any shape and glue it or tape it even onto just like a pencil, right? And then you can use that once it's cut to the right size as your file, okay? Or you can hold the sandpaper in your hand too. It might work a little better with something harder behind it. And then I took some cardboard and I just cut up a box, and these were the shapes that were left. So I have about 4 layers of cardboard in there. And maybe this one, it looks like I just folded it. Yep. So that's a folded piece. And then I just taped them really tight with the tape. I just used regular masking tape so that they stay together while I file them. I also tried some paper. These are from when I was printmaking. I taught a class at Brown University and I printed a lot of stuff. So I have lots of extra paper from that. I took those and I taped them together. And I made sure to tape them. I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see that there, really close to the end, because the paper's going to want to separate a little more easily. And we can find that all out as we go too. So I'm going to take my wood and I'm going to put it on the edge of the table, right? And I'm going to line up the tape with about the edge of the table. So there's a little bit hanging off. And then I'm going to take some of the heaviest books around my house and I'm going to put them right on top. One of my favorite books, The Lore of Ships. I'm just going to make a stack. This is kind of like our vise, so this will hold down our work. And I just want to adjust this so you can see a little better. Okay, so then I'm just going to try my tools out, right? And I'm going to be careful, obviously, not to hit the books. But you can try the different techniques that we do at school, holding the file or the cheese grater. Well, that one makes a really cool noise. With the same hand that you would draw or write with usually. And then you can push down on the top to press it into what you're working on. Maybe maybe I will try my little nail file. So I'm noticing not much is happening, but what happens if I go a little faster? Right? Can I really shape it? Maybe it depends on the kind of cardboard you have. Maybe it depends on the kind of file you're using. I'm going to try a little sandpaper. And I put some paper down on the floor just to catch any of the cardboard dust that's coming out. Now I'm just going to replace the cardboard with the paper because I'm really curious about that. Making sure some is coming off the edge. Interesting. So if you really like this activity, you can even glue pieces together so that they stay even tighter together, kind of like the grains of wood. And then they might file a little more easily. Or you can try moving your books out of the way. You can even try taping down a piece of sandpaper on your workspace. Because that's another thing that we often do in the shop is we take a sanding block and we lock it into the vise. So you can try taping this down nice and strong. Nothing fancy. And then you can try, that's working a lot better for me with the setup I have to shape my cardboard. See, now I have kind of a curved corner, right? And it's gonna, as opposed to a sharp corner. And it's gonna take some time, but the idea here is that you get into your shop habits, you get back into the rhythm of setting up your space, standing in your power stance, holding your tools, getting into the motion of working, and then also cleaning up. If you want, you can play with ways that you could try to, if you have clamps at home, you could clamp down your tool, and you could do the same thing with the sandpaper where the work is moving and the tool is stationary, or you can try using a clamp to clamp down your work too if you do have a clamp. But books do work just fine. And I hope you have a lot of fun doing this, and let me know what you think. Thanks, everybody.